and a little bit off topic and also a candid question, Lokesh Garu. So I heard you heard from Indra when she was talking about her tata. I think a lot of audience in the room is waiting to hear this answer also. Do you want to get some reminiscent thoughts or memories about spending your time with your tata?
I mean, Johar NTR. I mean, Annagaru is larger than life. And from my childhood, that's all I remember about him. And all of us were very scared as grandchildren. Because, I mean, he was a tall personality there. But he had a very emotional connect with all his grandchildren. And he personally named all of us. So, you know, I got Lokesh because of him. And all my cousins have their names because of him. So he had a lot of personal attachment with all of us. But honestly, we were just too many of us for him to spend time and nurture our aspirations and ambitions. But he was very humble, and every birthday, you know, we used to go meet with him, spend time with him. And the way he would share love and affection is to feed you to the extent where you'll end up throwing up. I remember this so well. And that is the way he would show love and affection for all of us. I mean, he's left behind a great legacy for us to lead from the front and to take it forward.
Wow, I think everybody, kind of, goes back to their memories with spending their time with their family. Coming to the topic about technology again, the state of AP basically is called Annapurna, which is rice bowl of India. So for that, basically is the bedrock is farming and farmers. So given, and I also see a lot of times you spoke about, ecosystems, like, developing ecosystems. So just want to understand how are you going to strengthen that ecosystem? So which is like basically kind of creating how to impact their lives.
No, I mean, all of you know I did a Padayatra. In my Padayatra, I had a great chance to interact with farmers across segments. So I met palm oil farmers, paddy farmers, mango farmers, date farmers, banana farmers, mirchi farmers. What was fascinating for me is that they're working hard, they're investing money ahead of time, and they're not sure at the end are they going to make money or not. And they're doing this every crop cycle. So the way I looked at it, I said, there are two parts of this equation. One, we need to reduce the cost of production. Two, how do we grow commodities and variants of our commodities which we can take to the globe? Now, I'll give you an example. I mean, all of us know that Rayalaseema is known for mango. But predominantly, we grow varietals that we want. Why can't we grow varietals that the world wants? Varietals that Europe wants, Japan wants, which are also higher value in nature. And that's where I believe that state can play a very important role in guiding farmers. Similarly, our dates is another big area. Banana, dragon fruit, chiku is another area. So I think there's a lot of work that we can do as a government in terms of guiding farmers, giving not just subsidies alone, but inputs and even strengthening it with research stations and ensuring that the optimal output and productivity comes from the respective farms. So for me, that's of great interest and passion. The same thing applies even to, palm oil farmers. If you look at it, thanks to Annagaru, Andhra and Telangana, the two Telugu-speaking states have a very important role to play in palm oil, and we help government in terms of saving our forex. We have to support them, but we have to be in the smart way. We have import duties and exports subsidies based on the inflation. So how can we have a table making it easy so that government can take appropriate decisions? For me is very fascinating. So these are, I think, interventions you'll see at a policy level that will come up. And I truly believe that Rayalaseema particularly has a great opportunity to leapfrog in agriculture. It's an amazingly fertile soil, and just giving water through drip and giving extension to the appropriate horticulture crop, I think, can truly transform agriculture in that sense. And the last bit I'd like to add is technology plays an important role, more so from government's ability to map which commodity is being grown where and in what quantities, and how should government be prepared in terms of sale price hikes or slumps. Because there are days when tomatoes are highly priced, there are days when tomatoes go for 10 paisa, 50 paisa a kg. So I think our government's ability to forecast that, prepare for that, and guide, advise farmers for that, I think will be very important, and that's something that we'll work on this time.
Yeah, on the context of that, I've seen in your previous turn, you also attended Davos, and given that context, wanted to understand what is your, strategy for attracting a lot of FDI, because I've seen you have delivered successfully on the government promise for Kia, and also you're quoting Foxconn and Brookfield. What do you see your strategy for, bringing a lot of FDI investments to the state of AP?
Fundamentally, two things. Number one, India requires a lot of policy intervention at the national level to attract greater investments to our nation. See, today, honestly, it's not just about competing amongst ourselves as states, but we are also competing with other countries. I'm competing with Vietnam for attracting electronics investments. I'm competing with Ecuador on aqua exports. I'm competing with other countries on agri-commodities. So it's very, very important that we largen the pie, create a very conducive environment for medium, large corporates, global corporates to look at India as their hub. Second, it's no longer about ease of doing business, it's about speed of doing business. So all the business process re-engineering that we're doing as state is to focus on speed of doing business. So, when I met Chandra sir, who's the chairperson of Tata Sons, and I was asking him what his advice to me would be, he said, just focus on speed of doing business. And he said, today corporates are spending $2, $3, $5 billion on each project. I mean, imagine a 6 months delay. It'll throw their entire business plan out of shape. 6 months delay would result in losses that they have to carry forward on their balance sheet. So our singular focus is on speed of doing business. We will compete with other states and we will create a very conducive environment in Andhra Pradesh in terms of attracting investments and grounding those investments. And one example of that is how we closed TCS in a 90-minute meeting. That's the way we will work and get investments into state of Andhra Pradesh.
Wow, that's a kind of an insight where I wanted to get into the context of bridging the gap for organization like IT Surveillance, where there's a lot of small business enterprises, all the way up from 100 to almost thousands of employees. Because whenever you create enterprise, the speed, the context is the speed. So in that context, wanted to personally understand, when you dealt with a lot of enterprises, what was one of the challenge or some of the insight that you felt personally the most important thing in creating a faster speed for enterprises?
You mean as a government or?
As a government.
So the challenge is how do you translate the vision of the chief minister down to the grassroots line functionary? So the chief minister has a clear vision to attract investments. Every meeting he talks about how many jobs did we create. But the problem that I see even at the grassroots level, at the field level is there is still the need for greater momentum. The tendency is to tell how not to do things. And that's the challenge that we struggle with. So we are in the process of bringing about that change, institutional change, among the officers, among the political system in Andhra Pradesh to drive and be very focused on getting investments and creating local jobs.